Hello. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, technical difficulties. Telling you, can never do anything without technical difficulties. I'm telling you. But power through, right? Figure it out. That's the thing, is you always got to have a backup plan. So my backup plan, Zoom was, for some reason, would not allow me to stream into my group. Said I didn't have permission. And I'm like, oh my God. Instead of going through all of that, we're just going to plan B it. Here we are. And this week, this is the first of a series. We're going to be doing this live stream every Monday, same time, same bat channel here in this group. And my goal is to help you find your gold mine. There is some work that has to happen in order for us to discover what that is. So from now until the end of June, I'll be coming to you live, and we'll be going through some stuff. And I'm basically going to kind of break things down in a very simple, easy way for you to, I want you to start thinking differently, because when we think differently, then we're willing to show up and do things in a different way. We will absolutely get new results because of that. So I want you to think about when I say, so today's theme is, what's your problem? And it's not like a bad thing. Identifying what your problem is part of the process, okay? And so some things that I want you to think about. The first thing is, if you had to narrow down your business, if you could say, I have 3 problems in my business right now that I would like to solve this week, what would they be? What would those 3 problems be? Would it be, I need more time in the day, I need to make more money, I need to get more, what? Like, what do you need in order to help you get more money, get more time, solve that problem? Do you need to attract something to you? What is the thing? It could also be disruptions. Like if you have a major problem that you have is that you get constantly disrupted, that you are constantly getting like distracted by all the things, everyone else's emergencies, phone calls, messages, emails, all the things. That's a problem. Would you agree? That's a problem. By the way, could someone drop a comment in here so that I can see if I don't know if this is working. So could you drop me a comment and let me know if this is working or not? That would be so helpful. And the other thing that I want to talk about when we talk about what's your problem is physically writing those down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, I want you to write down what are those 3 problems that you would like to solve this week. Okay, 3 problems. And then I want you to open up your calendar. This is going to be a moment of truth. And I want you to look at last week. And I want you to really be honest with yourself and figure out how much time did you actually devote to solving this problem last week. 15 minutes? 0? An hour? How much time did you spend? What if you not only doubled that time, but you 10x'd that time on this thing that is causing you a problem in your business? So 3 problems. How much time did you spend last week trying to solve this problem? And what would it look like for you to 10x the amount of time that you need to spend on this thing, on these problems? Okay. So if you're like, well, I need to get more customers, what did you do last week to try to get those customers? What could you 10x and do this week to amplify and solve that problem for you? Okay, really something big there, right? So far I'm not seeing any comments come in, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's working. Let's see here. What if you could slow down? I don't know about you, but sometimes it's really hard with the go, 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 go. I'm always in a hurry. I have so much to do. I don't have enough hours in the day. Go, 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 go. What if you could slow it down, solve this problem, find a permanent solution instead of putting a Band-Aid on it every time it comes up? What if you could actually take the time to actually solve this problem for good? Okay, this really is about accountability and productivity, which is part of helping you find your gold mine, by the way. Just those little foundational basic things that we want to get taken care of. And then I want you to really ask yourself, who, not how. Who can help you solve this problem? Not how. I want you to, sometimes we are not the person that needs to be solving this problem. Sometimes we are so in our own way that we can't see that there's an actual viable solution here. We can't see it. We have tunnel vision in our own business. We can't see what we can't see. And sometimes that means we need to bring in an expert. We need to bring in someone who knows what the hell they're doing and allow them to do it. Yes, that may mean that you have to pay someone. BFD, do it anyways. Do it. If it's going to help you solve that problem long term, yeah, do it. Okay. So spending the time to fix that problem permanently is going to help you in the long run. It will actually help you speed up your business. You'll be able to get everything done and not feel like you're constantly chasing, like you're on a hamster wheel. That is not a good place for you to be, right? Okay. So what is the root cause of that problem? Is the other question that I want you to ask yourself. Why does it keep coming up over and over and over again? If it's like, well, I need more customers. Okay, so that's a problem. You need more customers. You're not attracting the right customers to you. What's the permanent solution there? What's the permanent solution to you not having customers? And everyone always says, my marketing, my marketing, my marketing, my marketing. I'm going to give you a secret. Are you ready for this secret? This is a secret. If you were to look at your current customers, the people that you have helped in the past, people that have purchased from you already, instead of focusing all the time on getting new customers, what if you nurtured and appreciated the customers that you have already had? What if you continue to build those relationships with people that you have already built that know, like, trust factor with? You're not having to start at square one. Do you see this? We get into this pattern. This reverse mirror is freaking me out over here. We get into this pattern that we think all we need is new customers. And I say that's BS. Because if you actually took the time to build foundational relationships with the customers that have already purchased from you, who have already done business with you, who have already, don't neglect them, because that truly can be the secret sauce to the success of your business. For real. Okay. So let's appreciate what we already have. All right, so we're going to get on to our next question. So we just talked about 3 problems. And now what I want you to think about are, what is a big goal that you would like to achieve in the next 4 to 6 months? And I want you to think big, but I also want you to think tangible, and I also want you to think measurable. So when you say, I want to have X amount of customers, that is tangible. It's measurable. When you say, I want 20 new customers, you can measure that. Okay, so in 4 to 6 months, what is the thing that you would like to achieve? Is it dollars? Is that number of customers? Is that finish my book? What is it? Okay, being able to Have a distinctive, measurable, tangible goal that you can be working towards is super important for your business. And I'm going to tell you right now, the same old goal that you've been putting on your list every single year, that I want to make $1 million or I want to make $100,000, it's getting tiring, isn't it? Because it never happens. It never happens. So I want you to do something different this time. Instead of writing down that I want to make $100,000 in my business or I want to make $1 million in my business, I want you to go deeper. I am challenging you to go deeper. I want you to be more specific. I want you to really, truly think outside the box. And instead of thinking about money, I want you to think about customers served. How many customers would you like to serve? How many people would you like to help? That's truly what I want you to think on, because here's the thing, the money will come as a result of service. So can we agree on this? That our goal is going to be based on service instead of dollars, okay? Because you can measure how many customers from now and let's say 6 months down the road. So it's April, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Between now and October, how many customers do you want to serve? Like, put it in the comments. How many customers do you want to serve? The money is going to follow, okay? But when you're focused on service, so many amazing things happen, okay? So now that we have thought about this big goal that we want to achieve by October, I want you to address some of the limiting beliefs or sabotaging behaviors that are going to stand in your way. I want you to talk about, what are you avoiding? So if your goal is to get 20 customers, what is stopping you from getting 20 customers? A lot of times what I hear people say is, I don't know where to find them. That's a bullshit excuse. It's a bullshit excuse. I don't know where to find them. Is it really? That's the excuse you're going to give? Is I don't know where to find customers? So what if you were to look at, where did your other customers come from? When you say, how did you hear about me? And you're like, oh, they heard of me from networking. Oh, they heard of me from a friend. Oh, they heard of me from word of mouth. What does that tell you? When you can pinpoint where those customers came from, then all of a sudden, you know where to focus your time and energy is on the things that are already working. Instead, what we do is we try to be like everyone else, and I'm just going to do everything on Instagram because that's what everyone else is doing. And you're like, I never get any sales from Instagram. Everyone else is. That's because that's not what works for you. Do what works for you, okay? But the sabotaging behavior is, I don't know where to find people. I don't know what to do. I don't know this. I don't know that. That's a bullshit excuse, and one that I want you to evict right now, because that's not true. You do know where to find them. You're just hoping that someone's going to come magically knock on your door and ask you to spend $1,000 with you. That's not how it happens. You have to build relationships with people. And guess what happens? Building relationships with people takes time. And the sabotaging behaviors that we have, those limiting beliefs, is that nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I'm not good enough. The list can go on and on and on, right? It can. The list can go on and on and on. And if you have ever heard me talk about self-sabotage before, you know that my goal is to get that bitch in the backseat. So if you are driving the car, you're driving your car, this is your business, you driving a car on your journey, there's your goals, there's little exits, right? You're going to steer. And your self-sabotage is trying to drive the car. So I literally visualize taking her and putting her in the passenger seat. Now, here's the thing with putting her in the passenger seat. She still has access to the radio. That to me is a no-no. Like when I'm driving the car, nobody can touch the radio. No. So I don't want her to touch the radio. So I'm going to put her in the back seat. Well, then guess what she does? Backseat driver, trying to tell me where to go, trying to tell me where to turn, trying to tell me what to do. I don't like being told what to do either. So her ass is going in the trunk because I can't focus and I can't reach my goals when I've got someone constantly in my ear telling me all the horrible things that are going to happen if I don't do X, Y, Z. I ain't got time for that. So addressing the limiting beliefs and the self-sabotaging behaviors that you know are going to show up, if you can anticipate that they are going to be a problem, then you know how to address them when they show up in your life. So saying, okay, so before I've tried to do this thing and I didn't because then I had this thought, so I stopped. You know what Will Smith says? Do it scared. Do it scared. All right. So the next question I want to ask you is, what are you willing to do differently to get this result? How are you willing to show up? And what are you committing to? And so what this means is, if you want to get 20 customers between now and October, what are you willing to do differently? Because that's the thing. If you want to get a different result, you have to be willing to do something different. It's not business as usual. It's not do the same thing, the same boring routine. You got to mix it up. You got to try new things. You have to do things that are uncomfortable. You have to. You have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and do something different. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you don't get a new customer. The best thing that can happen is that you get 5 new customers because you tried something different. When I feel like I'm in a rut and I'm like, oh God, nobody is paying attention, I'm not getting the results that I want, I go, okay, so what do I need to do? I need to do something different. Have I done video? No, I'm going to do a video, right? And just by me taking the action of doing something different completely shifts my energy. It does. It shifts my energy because now I am coming from a new place. I'm coming from with a new energy. I'm coming with a new attitude. Attitude is everything, if you haven't known that already. So what have you tried before? Trying to get customers. Let's say that's the goal. The goal is to get new customers. That's what everybody wants. That's why you're here. You want to get new customers. You want to find your gold mine. What have you tried before? What have you tried before? And the next question is, why do you think that did not work? Did it work? Why didn't it work? So if you're like, well, I want to get 20 new customers, and what I've tried before is posting on Facebook, and nobody ever wants to buy from me. So why do you think that didn't work? And if you blame it on the algorithm, girlfriend, if you were sitting in front of me, I would be shaking you by the shoulders, because it's not the algorithm's fault. I'm sick and tired of hearing that it's the algorithm. It has nothing to do with the algorithm. It has to do with you doing something different. It has to do with you building a relationship instead of posting on Facebook and thinking that that's the magic formula and that everybody is getting all of this business because they made a post on Facebook. No, it does not work that way. It does not work that way. You are here in this group right now watching this video because why? Because we have a relationship, because I know you, because we've spoken before, because you want to support me, because we have a connection. It's not because you saw some damn post on Facebook. Okay? You're here because you manifested the idea that you wanted to do something different. So here's that opportunity showing up in your life, an opportunity for you to do something different. It's an opportunity. Are you going to seize the opportunity, or are you going to dismiss it like everything else? When you want to have a successful business and you start putting that out there, opportunities are going to start showing up. Are you going to listen? Are you going to pay attention? Or are you going to sweep it under the rug? Okay. So what are you willing to do differently? And what happens if it doesn't work? What's the plan B? How many plans are there? You want to get 20 new customers by October. What are you willing to do differently? What happens if it doesn't work? The worst case scenario, the best case scenario, what's a plan B? What are you going to do if you start noticing, uh-oh, this is not turning out how I wanted it to? Guess what? I'm going to give you another secret. It's your business. You can do whatever you need to do, which means that you can shift, you can pivot, you can do whatever you need to do, and you can change your mind. It's 100% okay to change your mind. If you decide this is no longer in alignment, this does not feel good, this does not feel right, I tried this and it just, it feels heavy, it doesn't feel good, you can change your mind and say, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to try something else. Absolutely 100% okay. So the thing that I want you to take away with today is that you are both the problem and you are also the solution. So no one else is responsible for the success of your business. No one else is responsible for the success of your business. No one, just you. Just you. When you wanted to be an entrepreneur, you wanted to be an entrepreneur because you wanted to help people. You probably didn't want to have a 9-to-5. You probably wanted to be your own boss. You wanted to make your own schedule. You wanted time freedom. You wanted to make extra money, whatever that reason was. Sometimes we lose our way when we lose our why. So what I would like to invite you to do is to get back into alignment. Really, truly think about what it is that you need. Why do you want this so badly? And if it has anything to do with something other than helping people, then your why is completely out of alignment. I know it makes it sound really selfish, doesn't it? When we say, well, I want to do this because I want this and I want that. What if instead you said, I have a business because it is my dream to be able to help other people solve this problem. I have a solution to a problem that they have. And if I could just tell people what I do, then all of a sudden they're going to realize that I'm a solution for them. Right? Has nothing to do with money. Has everything to do with service. So part of us finding our gold mine is focusing on the service that we provide, how we help other people solve their problems. That is what entrepreneurship is all about. See a need, fill a need. Do you guys remember the movie, The Robots? Do you remember that? Robin Williams was one of the voices of the robots. I miss Robin Williams. But anyways, he talked about see a need, fill a need, right? And that's what entrepreneurs do. They see that there's a gap out there. They see that there's a hole. And sometimes we have the solution to fill that hole. But we lose our way when we lose our why. And so the best thing we can do is get back into alignment with who we are, what we're trying to accomplish, who we're trying to help, why we're trying to help them. Because that is truly, once we can discover what our problem is, why this is not working, because if it was working, you wouldn't be here. If everything was going beautifully and you were making all the money and serving all the clients, you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't be here watching this video. So you're here because you know that something has to change. You know something has to change. You are both the problem and the solution, right? You are. And the sooner that you can just admit that you are the problem and the solution, the sooner you can start to make the changes that you need in order to start getting a different result. If you want to get a different result, you have to be willing to do something different. And if you need help figuring out what that is, please send me a message. I am more than happy to help you. I am more than happy to help you. Okay? But you have to be willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, then I don't even know why you're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is hard work, you guys. It is hard work. We never sleep, I feel like. We have so much on our plate, but we do it because we love what we do. We love helping people. We love helping people get results. That's why we keep doing it, right? So, let's take a breath. Let's take a breath. So, next week, we're going to talk more about your clients. And we're going to talk about what, if you could get inside the head of your client, if you could read their mind, we are going to talk more about that next week, next Monday. And we're going to start really diving into our customers. And so I really want you to start paying attention to what your customers are saying. Start taking notes, start writing down the things that they say. If they tell you how much they love your product or your service, write down those keywords, because I'm telling you, it's going to be really helpful for the next exercise. So go back and look through testimonials that you've gotten. Those are really great indicators of who your clients are and what problems you solve. You need to use their words. So we will come back on next Monday and we are going to talk more about that. If you would like to be in the hot seat and ask me questions and pick my brain, this is an opportunity for you to do that. So since Zoom is being a little difficult, I may have to switch up the method in which we'll be inviting people to the hot seat. So I will get that figured out. So be sure to stay tuned, and I will put instructions into the Facebook group if you would like to join us for the hot seat, where you can pick my brain and ask me any questions. But until then, you are more than welcome to post questions in the comments, and I will answer each and every question that you post. Okay? So have a super great day. I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy. We're in Washington having beautiful weather right now, so enjoy your week. I hope that the weather is fantastic wherever you live in the world. And we will see you guys next week. See you guys later.